Hi everyone, my name is Peechee Neric. Welcome to my channel. It's a channel about nothing in particular and everything under the sun. But today I'm going to do a craft DIY for you guys. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to make these cute, adorable baby bandana bibs for children age 0 to 6 months. Isn't that cute? It's got Velcro on it. So here we go. First, you're going to start with fabric that you want, as well as matching towels. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to wash and dry these, so then that way it removes any sizing, and that way, so when you sew it all together and wash it afterwards, they're not going to adjust too much. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to take the fabric that you've already washed, and we'll say this is one of them, and this actually has been washed. You're going to take your pattern. And this is my pattern here, but I didn't make it up. I got it free from another website, and I will put the link in the description below, so then that way you can get it off of there too. But remember, I did adjust mine because I'm not good with curves, so I made mine straight. I'm better at going around corners. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your fabric and you're going to put it right sides together, and I try to minimize it as much as I could because you're going to put this part on the fold right there, okay? And then you're going to pin it down and you're going to cut around it. Now pay attention to your fabric because look, this is the bottom of that bib. If I turned it this way, well, what's going to happen is that you're going to have your print upside down on the bib. If that's what you want, then great. But if not, then pay attention to what you're doing. So take your time. So again, you're going to pin it and then cut it. See, they are right sides together for the moment. And man, they're stuck together. Hang on a second. Okay, there. And so when you open it up, that's what it's going to look like. Okay. And then from there, you're going to repeat that whole process that you did here. And you're going to do that on those towels. And here I've cut some towels out. Now let me just tell you, if you look at my carpet, I've got lots of little shreddings from this terry cloth for the towels. So there you go. And then from there, what you're going to do, you're going to open up the fabrics and you're going to put them together. So you're going to do right sides together. So if you look there, see, this is the right side. And this, I guess it doesn't really matter which side it is, but I was paying attention to my towels, and so I know that's where it goes. All right, so you're going to put that together, and once you've put that together, you're going to pin it down. So you pin it all together, and if you look at the way I pinned this, these two are going up, and that's just for me as a mark that I will start on one side and then continue around and stop, so then that way when I'm done I can just put it inside out. And when you stitch this, I guess maybe just, you know, you don't want to be like right near the edge, maybe like a 1/4 in. I don't really measure it. What I do is I watch my foot, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so now we're at the machine, and I'm going to start here. That is my starting point. All machines come with a guide, like right here, but I want to come in really close, so if you can see, I'm actually using my foot as the guide. There's a little hole right here, and I'm using that as my guide. I don't really see it too well, but let's see if I can zoom in on it. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so I'm going to be using this right here as my guide as it's feeding right through. So then that way it comes in close, because unfortunately my machine doesn't have the capability of moving the needle to the right. It only goes to the left or in the middle. So if I had it to the right, then it would have been perfect. I could have used some of these guides, but I don't, so it makes it a bit more difficult for me, but oh well. And yeah, and don't mind my I used other guides that I had that I preferred, but you know, I just, it was duct tape. So okay, and so now we're going to sew. Now don't mind this. It's an older machine, and I actually have a foot that doesn't belong to this machine, so I kind of have to hold my little lever back because otherwise it gets stuck under the machine and then it won't move. Oops, sorry about that. It won't move, so I have to, it's a little ghetto, I know. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. The machine still works. When I get a new one, it'll be better. But right now, well, so I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing this. Now again, I am not an expert sewer. I'm so much better at going straight lines, you know, and making like a quick curve. Oh, not a quick curve, but a quick angle. But curves, yeah. So if you look, I'm not, I kind of slow down just a little. But I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just right off of that foot. So I'm going to keep going until I finish this. Okay, I am coming to the end of this, as you can see. And there's my pin. I'm going to take that out before I stitch over that. We don't want that. Stop, go in reverse, go back forward, and bring that needle up, take it out, and we are done with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, because you see we got on both sides, yay. We're going to trim it up. And if you sew or took Sewing 101 before, you'd know that you gotta take some of this bulk out. I snipped it, but then this is where the opening is. I made this so that this is less bulk, but then I did a edge here, so then that way it's a little bit bigger because I'm going to turn this in later and we're going to sew that. So I want to make sure that it catches it, because if it's too short, then it's not going to work. So as you can see, like right there's the stitching. I'm just going to go at a little bit of an angle and then come back and start cutting again. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right. So just remember, you are going to have lots of these little terry cloth fuzzies, the towel fuzzies everywhere. You also have to watch out for that in your machine. So kind of blow it out. Don't use your breath though, because it's got moisture. So you don't want that. So get one of those computer cans, those cans that has the air that blows things off of the computer, the dust and stuff. That's a good one. I would recommend probably blowing it out maybe like after every 10 bibs, because this is, you know, this is a lot of little fuzzies in here, and you don't want that getting into your machine. So there, you can see now. See, it's got that little lip. Well, this is also the opening, and now we're going to be turning it inside out. So I'll get that started. And you probably don't want to watch all that, so let me see if I can fast forward it for you guys. You could leave a bigger opening if you wanted to, so you're not having difficulty like I am, because I think I made this one a little too small, but it still works. It just takes a little time. I got that. There you go. Look at that. What do you think? And then yeah, we're gonna turn this in like this. See how it's got that extra lip? We're gonna turn it in. While my iron is heating up, I'm just fixing this so that way all I have to do is just put the iron right on it. I'm folding this in, that extra flap. It doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. And pulling the sides out, making sure that everything's in place. Alright, and we're going to start ironing. You'll see how bulky it is, but then once I iron it down, it flattens out. Of course, it's an iron. That's what it does. So it flattens it out, so then that way when we do the top stitching, it's not going to be so hard. Okay, so I'm back at my machine, and you can see it's nice and crisp. Still got the opening there, but we're going to stitch that down when we do our top stitching all around. So I'm going to top stitch this. The opening's about right here. I'm going to start a little before it, and I'm going to again follow that little space on that foot, so then that way hopefully I'll get it. Like I said, my needle doesn't move to the right, so if it did, it would be no problem, but oh well. Here we go. So yep, I slow it down, I turn it by hand, then I turn it and go the other way. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do all this. So I'm gonna stop recording and finish this up. I'll be back in a moment. I'm coming up to where I started, as you can see, ooh, right there. So I'm going to try to just make sure that this line goes right down that middle. So it looks like I'm sort of kind of professional, because trust me, I totally am not. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are professional sewers, are really good, and they're looking at me going, what is she doing? This girl doesn't know what she's doing. But hey, this is what I know, and it works, and it's fine, okay? Don't hate. I'm gonna have to dab. Because I got dab on those haters. Okay, so there we go. All right, let me back this up just a little bit. I've got the top stitching done. Yay, and you can see it caught. It caught it, so I'm happy about that. It's not going to come out because I can't stand that. Now, there is another way that you could do it. I mean, you could do one extra step. I was just trying to avoid having another step. But you could take, you could do like, I'm not sure what they call it, blind stitch maybe? You can close this off by hand stitching it right at the top, so then that way it doesn't have that little flap like the other one did, and then top stitching it with your machine all the way around just like the other ones. Now we're going to put on the Velcro. In one of my other videos during a Dollar Tree haul, I did find these, so these are actually perfect. $1 for a yard, not bad, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up and stitch it on. So I've cut about 1 inch of the Velcro. And I'm going to, there's a soft side and then there's the rough side. I'm going to put the rough side on the right side, on the front side of the bib. And I'm going to put the softer side on the back side. That way, if ever, they want to make it smaller or bigger for the child, this part will be on the child's neck and not this hard one. Now, usually I don't pin this down. I just kind of eyeball it and go from there. Here we go. Oh, let me put, yep, it's all the way down. And just kind of hold it down. It's not going anywhere. Okay, and as you can see, I finished sewing the rough part and I anchored it down in the middle. And I also did the soft part on the back side, and I also anchored that down. Not really the straightest thing, but that's okay. It does its job. Put it together. There it is. And there's the baby bib. All done. Ta-da! See, not too hard. Just time consuming, just like most things. So, yay! Well, I hope you enjoyed that video DIY on how to make it. I do have a couple of tips that I wrote down as I was doing it. Cut the towel just a little bit larger than the actual fabric. Or the actual pattern. What I did was when I first cut out the pattern on the fabric, I used that fabric and already put it on the towel and used that as my guideline. I found that a lot easier, but when I went to cut it out the towel, I cut out around it just a little bit larger. So when you went to sew, it was so much easier to make sure that, you've got all that towel in there and you're not missing anything at all. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will see if I can give you some help. All right, see ya!